Thanks for staying with us. The person of interest in the shooting at Brown University remains on the run this morning, and police are now using some new images and piecing together a new timeline. So many connected to the Ivy League University are still reeling, as we know, as these larger questions remain about this shooter's motivation, identity. We know this shooter took the lives of 2 students and wounded 9 others. CourtTV crime and justice correspondent Matt Johnson is on the ground in Rhode Island with the latest.
Police are following up on more than 200 leads as the search for the school shooter intensifies.
It makes me scared to want to go outside in the first place, but I just have errands I know I need to run, but otherwise I really haven't left my apartment.
A major police presence on the campus of Brown University in Providence, Rhode Island, following the deadly school shooting. Investigators releasing new enhanced video of a person of interest, a man described approximately 5'8" with a stocky build, who police believe was casing the area up to a week prior. And now investigators asking for the public's help.
We're asking the public to look, if you have any camera systems or any Teslas, like I mentioned, that you look at that footage and that you can reach out to us and please provide us anything that you have. And the reason for that is because on Saturday night, the day of, we actually learned that this individual was in that neighborhood at around 10:30 in the morning.
On Saturday, the gunman walked into the Boris and Holly Engineering building and shot 11 people, killing 2 students, Ella Cook and Muhammad Aziz Amorzokov. 9 others injured. A motive for the shooting is still unknown, or if the shooter had any ties to Brown University. Meanwhile, a memorial on campus for the victims continues to grow.
We understand that as time goes on, there is maybe a natural instinct to assign responsibility for a tragic event like this. Anxiety and fear is very natural, but the shooter is responsible.
There's a $50,000 cash reward leading to an arrest. That's the very latest from Brown University in Providence, Rhode Island. Matt Johnson, Court TV.
All right, our thanks to Matt Johnson. Here's a look at the updated timeline of the suspect's potential route. Surveillance video the FBI posted online before it was removed showed a person in dark clothing walking along multiple sidewalks for about an hour, starting shortly after 2 p.m. This is in just a few blocks of the shooting location. This morning, we're wondering, how could a timeline perhaps help catch the Brown University shooting suspect? Let's bring in our guests. I want to welcome in retired NYPD and Nassau County Police Lieutenant Mike Gould and the creator and the host of the show Road Patrol Live, John DePietro. Good morning to you both. John, I'll begin with you. As you were doing excellent reporting over the weekend as this broke, and you've been on the ground there. Tell us a little bit about what you're hearing, any insight coming in about this route and this timeline investigators are trying to create.
Julie, they can't figure out who this guy is, and people need to understand where the building is located. Brown University, it's kind of like a city campus. You have other places like Harvard's kind of like that, BU, but it's the building's right on the fringe of the campus, and people need to understand that. When he exited that building, it's not as if he went over, across the quad where the dorms are. He was then essentially on the city street. Right across from where that building is, it's a regular neighborhood. So it's very unusual. He's walking around and he's looking for cameras. He's very, very cautious. Authorities are hoping to get some kind of video footage where maybe he brought his mask down a little bit. But right now, they cannot figure out who is this guy? Why was he walking around for so long? They are hoping to start to extend the circle. So they started right there at ground zero, and then they want to start to move out and maybe get some of his movements. But Julie, what people need to understand was this investigation, to me, it really kicked off on Monday. Saturday, it was total chaos. You had a campus full of students. They had to evacuate the students. They thought he was still around. Are there other victims? So I left there at 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning, and they were still evacuating people. As of right now, they need a tip from the public for someone to recognize who this individual is.
Yes, let's hope that happens, John. Thanks. Lieutenant Gould, let me turn to you. From the law enforcement perspective, how do you run this search? How should this be run to capture this guy?
Right. Well, as John said, this is chaotic. Mike Tyson said everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face. So law enforcement, let's face it, Providence only had 2 or 3 homicides left this year. So they don't have a great deal of experience with this. They're doing the best they can. As far as no cameras, I understand that this building was on the perimeter of the campus, but still they talked about an old building and a new building, and the old building doesn't have cameras. Whether the building's old or not, it still should be equipped with cameras. As far as apprehending him, I'm certain he is going to be apprehended. I think just based on what we have now is that two-tone jacket. Once they really zone in on that, find out who the manufacturer is, that will certainly be circumstantial evidence when he is arrested. His height, 5'8", guess what? The average height of American men is 5'8", so that's not really. So he's got some kind of unusual thing. They'll get it together, but I think they were thrown off their feet, and organizing this for a relatively inexperienced police agency is tough.
Right, Lieutenant. We know authorities are asking the public for help. Any footage they may have, if anybody was taking cell phone video, anything. They released some brand new images. We're going to ask everybody to come to your television, take a look.
As you can see, there are enhanced photos, there's enhanced video footage. And so we're asking the public to ensure that they can see here that you want to focus on the body movements, the way the person moved their arms, the body posture, the way they carry their weight. I think those are important movement patterns that may help you identify this individual, which is.
Investigators also shared they provided no indication that they were any closer on IDing him, so we don't know even who this person is. They're asking for the public's patience as well as they work to get that ID, and they're really leaning on the public. Are these images going to do it, though? That's what we want to know. Are these images going to break the case? Lieutenant, what do you say when you look at these?
No, singularly, these images, I don't think, like I said, there's some chance this person might not even be local, so it might not be somebody that they see frequently in or around the campus or in the community. So they're going to come up with other technological footprints, digital footprints for sure. And I'm sure they're working on that diligently right now. So there's no doubt in my mind that'll be apprehended. The public is aware. I always say this, and I'm not minimizing this, but this is an event that takes place monthly in New York City, right? There's multiple shootings everywhere in New York City. So I don't take it lightly, but again, there's 35,000 police officers in New York City compared to 400 in Providence. So they're going to be stretched in trying to solve this, put it all together. But they do have the FBI is going to be really key to their technological devices and advancements in investigating. They're going to be key to this investigation.
Certainly, Lieutenant. John DePietro, back to you. Tell me, what's the sentiment there? You work there on the ground, you're filming your show, Road Patrol Live. Are people you're running into daily just on edge? I would imagine this is terrifying.
It's panic, but I just want to put for context for Lieutenant, that is true. It was a record low, only 2 homicides. But years past, they've had 25 homicides, 30 homicides. Providence police are actually very experienced. But this is, and it is true about New York City, but what's unusual about this, Julie, is I would almost akin to like the pipe bomber. It's a lone wolf. This person suddenly just emerges. Look how long it took. He's very, very cautious. He's looking around. He's looking for cameras. But the Providence police, this is a tough one. Most of the time when I've covered different cases, they have an idea of who they're looking for. Now it's a matter of tracking them down. But make no mistake about it, huge law enforcement presence. FBI does have a big presence here, but this is a tough one because of where this individual landed. They had the false start over the weekend where they thought they had someone, a person of interest, that was detained. And so you also have the weather factoring. You have a college campus. They have their own police force. This is a challenging one. The biggest break they need right now is for someone to say, I think I know who that is, and they just haven't gotten that tip.
Exactly, John. Boy, we're on edge here. Let's hope that this person is apprehended, and let's hope that closure is brought in terms of at least an arrest, and then everything else will follow. A great insight from you two, as always. John DePietro, Mike Gould, much thanks. Still ahead here on opening statements.